understanding love in this generation. We live in a generation where hookup culture is at an all-time high, and personally for myself, I always wondered why. As I sat there, I thought about, do people even want to be loved? And like I said before, hookup culture is at an all-time high, and it feels like nowadays less and less people are actually looking to get into serious relationships. They say just as much as love will give you what you need, it will also take what you don't appreciate. And the most common answer to hook up, why people hook up is because it was easier, because it's more convenient, because things like Tinder and Bumble and other dating apps made it to where we have more options. But I feel like that also killed our patience as well. We're not willing to take the time to really get to know somebody because we're too busy having other options. Right? Like 9 times out of 10 when you're texting somebody, you're not just texting that person, you're probably texting 2, 3, 4 other people. But it sucks because it makes it seem like you're not putting all your energy into that one person. And it's like as soon as we find any red flag or anything we dislike in a person, we just move on to the next. And we don't hesitate because it's the fact that we got options. It's the fact that you can see Amy 15 miles away or Tom 25 miles away. The fact that people are right at the reach of your fingertips just makes things easier. I also feel like the other reason is because of heartbreak. Heartbreak is one of those things that people don't want to deal with, because the hardest part about it is trying to figure out how to get back to the person you were before. I feel like the one thing we need to understand as people is that heartbreak is everywhere, even in the hookup culture. Think of it like this. You meet another person and you guys end up, messing around. And the next thing you know, one person ends up catching feelings for the other. And that person just doesn't feel the same way. Boom. That sucks. And then you gotta leave and start the whole thing all over again. Cut ties, they say. There's heartbreak in the hookup culture as well. There's this tug and pull about doing what's easy and doing what's necessary, which is giving you all this people, right? Giving all of your love, being honest and being vulnerable. I feel like giving your love or giving your all to that one person and just seeing where things going. I'd rather have the at least we tried instead of I wonder what if. Heartbreak is everywhere, but it's the experiences that mold us into who we are. And the world is not a safe place, let's be honest. Right? There's danger everywhere. The world is consumed by comfort, toxicity, and capitalism. But we don't have to let that be the case. I always said the hardest part about a relationship is when it doesn't work out, because you have to find out how to build yourself back up to the person you once were. And you have to be able to be honest and vulnerable to the next person you meet, and then the next person that works out, and so on and so forth. But nobody wants to do that. But I promise you, it'll be worth it in the end. You being able to find someone that's willing to give you the same energy, who's willing to love and appreciate the person that you are, to be able to give you the love and appreciation you deserve. Look, personally for me, I want love. I don't want to waste my time and energy on someone just for sexual pleasure. I want to be able to give my all to you. I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to learn about you and myself in the process. We live in a world where people are afraid to look deep into themselves and ask themselves, why not love? Why do the convenient hookup instead of giving you all to somebody? Look, I'm not here trying to judge the system. I'm just trying to understand why. What's happening and how to maneuver through it. I always felt like with heartbreak, a lot of people tend to build their walls or have trust issues or even lower their standards. It sucks because a lot of times people believe that they're the problem. People believe that they're the problem, and they might not see that it might not be the right time, or that person is just not your type. But that doesn't mean that you're the issue. There are billions of people on this world. There's got to be somebody for you. But what sucks is that the current generation we live in, a lot of us suffer from one heartbreak and we give up on love. A lot of us are not even old enough to truly experience the world, but we end up giving up. We end up giving up or devaluing ourselves, or put it in our head that we're not deserving of love. In reality, we are deserving of love. So why do that to yourself, knowing that there are plenty of other things in the world that are putting obstacles in your way? Don't do that. Love is hard, but all the experiences of the good and bad make us who we are. And when it is good, when it is right, and when you finally found that person, that's the amazing part. Because that's just added happiness. Someone that's bringing you value as you're bringing them value. You're growing, you're learning things about each other, you're building an empire. You have a story to tell, not only to your kids, but to family members, to friends, because it's a beautiful thing. I feel like we don't take our time. Right? Back then, when our parents used to do it, they didn't have these dating apps. A lot of times, the people they met were people at school or work or just up the block. Yeah, we do have more options, yes. But social media and just having the standard of the type of person we want, feels like we forget what love is all about. Connecting with someone, developing a relationship. I feel like we look at love at a whole nother perspective than we should. I feel like now we look at it as though we either connect and you're with me, or we don't talk at all. But as humans, we were put on this earth to connect with people, to build a relationship. If anything, people should look at it as having a boyfriend or girlfriend is icing on the cake. We're supposed to connect with people. We should go in with the mindset and intention of just connecting. Regardless if it works out or not, the fact is we connect, we met somebody new, and we learned something about ourselves. That's the most important thing. That's what people should understand about love. It's connecting. It's having appreciation. It's being able to share experiences with others. Because statistically, we need people on this earth to be happy. We need people on this earth to be alive. We can't survive just being by ourselves. It just wouldn't make sense. But a lot of people, again, are afraid to deal with heartbreak. They're allowed to go deep inside themselves and ask themselves what did they did wrong, or what did they learn from the relationship. So we do what makes us, we do what is easy. We do what's comfortable. But it never helps us in the long run. So understanding love is being able to go through it with the mindset of just connecting. And anything that happens after that is icing on the cake. But whether it goes good or bad, always stay true to yourself. And understand that if that doesn't work, then maybe the next one will. Or maybe next one's having that optimism. Not having a set mindset. Once you're able to do that, that's how you understand love.